Hello and welcome back to our wonderful exploration into the beta patch for War Sales. Now, obviously, bear in mind, War Sales is not yet released, but the developers want some feedback. They want some feedback, they want some community interaction with this patch, and so I'm trying to see if we can maybe do a little bit of that, you know, just a small amount, just a smidgen, just make sure that we know exactly what's going to go down in the next patch and what we want to see changed or tweaked or what have you. So that's what we're doing. Obviously, War Sales is not yet released, as I said before, and in general, we're not playing on the map or with the new units or new factions or anything like that. We're just playing with some of the new base game features, and we're trying to see if any of those are gonna gel with us nicely, or whether they need a little bit of, you know, a little bit of something, a little bit of a change here and there. All right, so now we're just gonna do a little bit of pokey. Yes, there we go. Not too bad. Oh wow, these guys are getting. I would not want to be these guys right now. I would not want to be I have been them, let's face it. I have been them in the past many times, going up against significantly powerful archers and just getting absolutely murdered. Absolutely murdered. Did you hear that? I hope you didn't hear that. If that, you know, yeah, that just give me. There we go. I cannot believe that Windows was doing that. I have no idea. I hope you did not hear that. But if you did, it's Windows Update. They're trying to do things. Yes, it's not good. Not good at all. Next thing you know, they're going to be destroying your SSD. Yeah, they have done that recently. Anyway, point is, we are going to now make sure that we can kill this archer, because we have been actually sniped quite a few times by crossbowmen, I'm pretty sure. I don't think it's the actual archers or anything like that that are that dangerous. I think the crossbowmen are quite a bit more on the ball, a little bit more accurate. I could obviously be wrong about that, but for me personally, I think that's probably the case. Nevig is being killed, unfortunately, but he is indeed, yes, as you can see. Look at that. Look, see, that's what I'm talking about. Look at that. You see that? That is exactly what I was saying. Crossbowmen do so much damage. They're actually staggeringly good. And generally, I feel like if I wasn't currently attempting to use Botanian archers, I'd probably be going for I actually have no idea. Generally, it's actually quite funny. The base game doesn't have any noble crossbowmen, right? I think they only have cavalry, and then maybe some infantry or something like that. Oh. Okay, this is a bit of a weird one. I think we need to do a little bit of scanning for the player to see where they currently are, so that certain random events don't actually trigger at that point. Because look at this. It is time to bury your dead, but the ground is frozen solid. We are in the desert at the moment. And the wood from nearby trees is too wet to make a proper pyre. Yeah, that also... how does that make... I don't know, I'm not sure if that makes any sense. You can give the bodies a hasty burial in a nearby gully, even though wolves or other animals may find them, or take the bodies with you to bury them as soon as you can. So, once again, well, the ground is probably not going to be frozen solid, because we are in the desert. I mean, it can be cold. Deserts can be cold, right? But, you know, most of the time, no, they're not. And then, obviously, the wood from nearby trees is too wet. Well, nearby trees, what do we have? We just have palm trees, basically. We have palm trees, and we have various other, you know, desert-related trees. And they are very, you know, far and few between. So, having this also be... never mind. You know what I'm talking about. So what we're going to do is we're going to carry the bodies with us until we find dry wood or softer ground. We're not going to be doing the other thing. Once again, this is another one of those situations where I talk about the morale situation. This needs to be increased by I don't know. This needs to literally just be like, increase morale by 10 or something like that. Increase morale by 10 or by 15 or whatever. Yeah, you know, 10 I think is probably good enough here. And then decrease morale by 20. That's generally what you want to do. But the funny thing is, I find it quite funny because there's not really that much of a, you know, negative effect for this, right? It's just my party becoming disorganized. I mean, I am already disorganized because I just finished a fight. So I'm not entirely sure what they were thinking with that one, but yeah, there you go. All right, we're going to go for loose formations. I personally like loose formations quite a great deal. We're going to be going for two-faced. Finally, we made it to 50 roguery skill. So 50% increased chance to sneak into towns. That is going to be extremely helpful for when we, you know, maybe finally do a prison break. Let's get another attribute point into endurance here. And I think we're probably going to be leaving endurance at 6 because, you know, we kind of found out that, well, yes, you know, athletics actually does get you the thing over here. Yes, durable, as you can see, which does get you +1 to endurance, which is really nice. So what we're going to do now is generally, I feel like, oh yeah, I want to get Pelisor with us. Is he actually eligible yet? No, it still says he's not available. I don't know why. I don't know why for the life of me, but yeah, anyway. What we're going to do is we're going to try and raid this village. It's going to be a little bit dicey. Yeah, but we're going to wait here for some time first. Alright, so we're going to start the raid here. Oh, they're already attacking us. Okay, you know what? I'm actually just going to go in for the auto-resolve here. I think that's probably going to be good enough. As you can see, we did end up losing a couple of 2 high tiers, 2 low tiers. I guess that's not too bad. And indeed, look at that. We did actually level our clan tier to clan tier 2. That is amazing. That is very, very nice. Because now, you know what that means? That means some very, very good things are coming our way. That means we can increase our capacity even further. Okay, I have to be a little bit careful here. We need to actually get rid of a couple of our sumpter horses, because otherwise we're going to be hurting way too dramatically. Let me just do this. There we go. Yeah, it's gone. Okay. It's kind of unfortunate we have to get rid of them for free, but you know, we are actually going to be looting a bunch of horses anyway. And as you can see, we are looting war horses too. Look at that. We actually got a Darshi horse. Very, very nice indeed. So we are attempting, and now this is my attempt to see how much roguery skill we gain from a raid. Because we've seen how much we potentially could gain from attacking caravans. Attacking caravans does generally tend to be, in my opinion, much easier and less risky. Because at the moment, right now, me looting this, I could be attacked by a vassal. And being attacked by that would probably be, well, basically an almost certain death sentence. So I'm actually quite surprised we're even able to do this. Yeah, we've gained a significant amount of mounts, which is extremely nice, actually. That's saved us loads. That's actually saved us a couple of thousand. That's saved us a couple of thousand gold right there, which I have to admit, I feel like is pretty good. I think that's pretty good, at least. And now what we can do is we can go to the others as well, and we can... Oh, there was something I wish to discuss with you. Oh, okay, yeah, sure, absolutely fine. I find it funny that companions literally just complain, and then you go, yes, very well, I'll take this into future considerations. And then you just go, yeah, okay. And then... and then they're like, oh, yeah, fine, you know, that's okay. You know, they don't really have any major impact when it comes to these kinds of decisions. I suppose they could leave at some point, which would be kind of bad, but yeah, I always find that quite funny. Anyway, let's do another one, shall we? Ooh. Ah, never mind. You know what? We're going to do a bandit base, because I don't think we've actually... No! Are you serious? You don't allow... Oh, okay, fine. I'm going to raid your village now, then. We're going to go in there this time, so we don't lose any people. And, yeah, we're going to see how we do. Okay, so what are we actually doing here? Where's my... Oh, my archers are all the way back here. Why are my archers here? That's kind of strange. Alright, let's put them like so. There we are. Alright, nothing really too too ingenious We're literally just going to stand here, let my archers do massive damage. There we go. Okay. Yeah, this is going to be just a bloodbath. I mean, really, they can't do anything. There's literally nothing they can do about this. As you can see. Absolute destruction. I probably should have done that before, to be honest. All things considered, I probably should have just gone in there before, because look at how much damage we were able to deal. Absolutely insane. And we got 9 influence as well, obviously. That's very, very good. I'm not going to take any prisoners, because there is a possibility that I will need to run away, and I would like to try and maximize our speed a little bit. I might even have to... Oh, hello. Wait a minute, wait a minute. Who are you, sir? Yeah, he only has some tribesmen. We don't have to worry about him. However, there is going to be a bit of a problem if he comes back with someone else. He is actually following someone's party right now. As you can see, look at this. Yeah. Here we go. Okay, I'm going to have to actually leave here. Unfortunately. And how is... oh... Okay. Yeah. Okay, we're not disorganized right now, it says. So that's actually kind of interesting. Okay, so let's go into fight her, shall we? All right, this is going to be our first vassal battle. What has she got? She's got some... she's got some mounted people. Mounted people, yes. There we go. Yeah, she's got some noble troops. She's only got 10 of them, so I don't think we really need to worry significantly here. But we do have to worry about Ialus, because Ialus is very close to us right now, and I would very much prefer it if he would not be annoying. Okay, wait, did our other companion get killed or something like that? Nevig? Did he actually get killed? Or is he just knocked unconscious or something like that? I'm going to assume he's just knocked unconscious, but it's quite amusing that he's not here. Oh, have they increased the area that you can actually use in the battlefield here? Because look at how massive this play area is. This is actually crazy. Yeah, no, they might have, because it feels a lot larger. I don't know. Maybe that's just me. Anyway, we're just going to speed things up a little bit here. These guys are definitely going to take the offensive. They have the numbers advantage. It's very, very likely that they will do this. And indeed, as you can see, yeah, this is going to be great. Okay, so we're just going to tell these guys to charge in right here. Not going to tell my archers. Why are my archers charging? I don't want to tell my archers to charge. That's absolutely terrible. Okay, so let's actually put these guys in the middle here. I felt like the charge was probably maybe going to bait the opponent into charging, but they didn't do that, so... Oh, I just got shot in the face. Wow, that was actually not very nice, but okay. But now what we're doing is we're basically just allowing these guys to do some damage. We're allowing our archers to continue dealing damage here as well. I don't have any mounted. Oh, okay, that's interesting. I don't have any mounted, so that's probably the reason why. Yeah, that's the reason why whenever I press 3, I am actually targeting my my infantry and archers, which is obviously not what we want. Okay, yeah, I could pretend... I'm probably going to end up dying here, but, you know, so be it. That's just how it goes. We are obviously dominating. We are dominating this battle. Extremely well. And indeed leveling up very, very nicely too. Nice. There's the one of the nobles. One of the nobles has gone down. Very nice indeed. Oh yeah, there's another one. Give me those 8 skill points in riding skill. Fantastic. Love it. Love it. Yes, working very, very nicely here. As you can see, we basically ended up losing just one Batanian highborn youth, which is perfect. Obviously, we don't want to lose anyone, but better to lose a low level than anything else. And as you can see, Bruce has defeated Salma's party. Okay, so wait a second. These are new. Do not expect mercy. Off with your head. So we can actually say that now, if we want to. Or we can go, you are my prisoner now. Or we can say, you have fought well. You're free to go. Well, the question is, what do we want to do? I don't know. I guess we'll just let her go. We'll just let her go, because I'd like some charm skill, I guess. I mean, charm skill is always nice, right? And so we're going to just do a little bit of cherry picking here. We're not really going to be going super hard on taking all the prisoners, even though I would love to. Don't get me wrong, I think this would be an absolutely fantastic way to earn a little bit of extra cash, a little bit of extra roguery skill, but unfortunately we are very close by to an extremely powerful army, and I don't really want to get caught out by them if I can help it. I kind of think we might actually already be within range. as it were. So we might have a bit of a problem on our hands anyway. So, yes, might be an issue. All right, so let's move on. Are we not disorganized? We're not disorganized. Oh, that's interesting. Okay, so wait a minute. Why are we sometimes disorganized and sometimes not? Why are these guys moving so much faster than we are? That's because we're herding right now. Okay, let's actually get rid of a couple of Sumter horses. Couple more. There we go. Okay. And we're now at 3.4. Okay, yeah, they're actually stopping, hilariously enough. I'm not entirely sure why they decided to stop. Ooh, hello. Oh, yes, you engage some looters, and then I will attack you after... Oh! There's no disorganized... There's no disorganized state. I'm actually wondering, what have they done to the disorganized state? I'm assuming that what has actually happened here is that the state itself, the status, is only applied when you yourself are attacked and on the defensive. That is probably the case. So instead of someone being organized, as in, you know, offensive, you're taking the initiative and you are attacking the opponent, instead of that being the cause of your disorganized state, you're no longer having that kind of issue. Whereas if you are attacked, then you would probably end up being quite disorganized. And so I suppose that's the logic behind it. I don't actually know whether that is really what is happening here, but I am very intrigued to find out. The question is, I don't want to get myself in a battle that I am potentially going to lose if I can help it. So I would, I don't know, I'm going to see. I'm going to see how it goes. So let's have a look here. Yeah, I'm going to go for top speed. Party speed, obviously, as well, is also going to be absolutely fantastic. Warlord is going to be great for influence gain too, which is very nice. And we are probably going to be going for braced here, because pole arms that can dismount, ignore plus 25% dismount resistance on attacks against cavalry. That is an extremely weird way of putting it. But yes, okay, yeah, we'll just move on. Let's go in here. This is a very, very large party, but of course we don't really have to worry too much about this because these are a minor faction, and minor factions are they're kind of food for us, aren't they? They're kind of food for us, so we don't have to worry about it too much. Well, not necessarily food for us, but food for people. You know, food for people that play the game. You generally can you can attack some of the minor factions very, very easily, and you can expect to win with not so good troops. You can literally attack them with some, you know, tier 3s, tier 4s. You'd probably be okay, dependent on the army size, of course, and dependent on the army composition and what kind of minor faction you're attacking. But most of the time, you're probably going to be okay. Anyway, as you can see right here, are they actually coming at us? No, they're not actually moving. Okay, so that means I will have to move myself, which is not exactly great. I would prefer not to, if at all possible. But yes, you can see here we are starting to get some people here. Let's move them like so. And we're going to have to get the infantry to come over here as well. Now, the problem is they do have... Oh, they only have as well. Yeah, these archers are terrible. As you can quite clearly tell, they hit me for 4 damage. So probably not going to be significantly powerful, especially against our own archers, who are going to completely destroy them. At least that's the hope. Yep, there we go, there we go. Yeah, the question is, can we bait them into some kind of attack? Yeah, maybe. Or are they going to just run away? This is very interesting. Oh, wow, they're... Huh. Okay. This is interesting. This is very, very smart of the AI. They did say that they'd reworked the AI somewhat. And I'm going to die here on purpose, just because I want to actually see what the AI is doing much more closely. So what we're going to do... Ah, I see. Okay, because look at what they did here. This is very clever, actually, of them. So, am I correct in understanding that they have actually reworked the AI to such a degree that it is now capable of implementing environmental benefits and advantages? Because you see here, you see what happened. We were here, and, well, technically they were on the top here, where these rocks are, right? They were on here, as you can see. They got themselves shot by our archers. They absolutely took massive damage. And then they decided to hold position in this little you know, dip in the environment, and basically that made it so that we couldn't fight them anymore. We couldn't shoot at them or anything like that. And you can see here, look at what they're actually doing. This is perfect tactics from them, right? Absolute perfection. And now, look at what's happening. They're completely and utterly... They're actually destroying us right now. They're actually destroying us right now, just purely for the fact that they have kept they kept their shields up for the majority of the time. Our forces are clearly doing a fantastic job. I feel like... Okay, I'm going to say it right now. I feel like the AI has become so much better when you yourself are not commanding them. I feel like they are extremely proficient at what they're capable of doing. I mean, look at what happened right here. Even the enemy AI is good. The enemy AI is good. The allied AI is good. Usually when you die, right? Usually when the player character dies, it is one of the worst things that can happen to you. You know, your army is just going to be absolutely destroyed. You're going to be in a really bad position. You know, all this wonderful stuff that, you know, you can expect from, you know, that. But now here's the thing. Look at what just happened. Both of our sides used strategy and tactics, and they performed the maneuvers that they felt were best for the situation. And the only reason why these guys lost is probably because of a tier disparity. And that's it. I think that's the only thing that they probably had that was not really that useful for them. And I think that's actually staggeringly good. I think that's actually super, super impressive and very, very fun to see, because I have seen the AI do some really stupid things over the years, and this was not one of them. And I gotta say, if this is more of what we can see in the future, I am going to be very, very pleased with that. I'm going to be very happy. So let's just see whether that's actually the case, because I'd like to go into some more battles and see whether we can, you know, do that. As you can see, we didn't get into the disorganized state again. Very interesting. Okay, so let's sell our prisoners. Okay, we got 5,000 from selling our prisoners, and we only got 1 roguery skill point. Yeah, okay. That's quite funny, isn't it? Okay, so let's actually just see, is there anything else that we can get here? Yeah, we got some more leg armor here. Do we have anything better for him? Yeah, we do. There we go. And what about chest piece? No. No, not looking particularly good. What about this? Yes, some better shoulders, I guess. And there we have it. All right, so let's actually sell the rest. There we go. Do we have anyone that's good at bows? I don't think Brynja's good at bows, right? She's got 38 in it. I mean, she could technically do it, I guess. Why not? Why not? I mean, might as well, right? And let's give her a better shield. And there we have it. Okay, so let's sell that. And then we can also sell this. Any legendaries? Nope. Okay, so we're getting another 6,000 for this, which is absolutely fantastic too. And then we can also sell these things. Very good. Yeah, we have a lot of food right now. We have 143 days worth of food, which might actually be a little bit too much. Sell some Sumpter horses. One thing I would very much like to do, actually, is I would like, if at all possible, to find some more speedy horses. So more just regular mounts, not cargo horses or anything like that. That's hopefully going to work out really nicely for us. Actually, I'm going to buy this Lamella half barding here. Going to sell this. And there you go. So we're going to get 8,000. That's not too bad. I like this. Oh, hello. We got a random event. Is it something where we're in the snow time again? Yeah, that's funny. Okay, so you take a quick look over your men before you ride out, and you're shocked to notice the state of their equipment. In particular, several of the men have frayed bridles and shield straps that look like they might snap in battle. They're supposed to oil and replace their leather at their own expense, and clearly have not been doing so. Okay, so we can burst into a righteous fury and hand out extra punishments so that no one will ever again dare neglect their equipment. Or we can sternly lecture them the risks of straps snapping in battle, have them do all their preparations for the march over again from the beginning, or buy them the best equipment you can from the market to replace their wares, or pretend you saw nothing. All right, so let's take a look. Okay, I can already see an issue here. Can you see an issue? I'm gonna just give you a few seconds. If you spot the issue as well, by all means, put it in the comments if you want to. You don't have to, obviously. But I'm saying if you spot the problem right now that I'm going to complain about in 2 seconds, then yeah, you'll know what I'm saying here. So, the issue here is the experience. Look at the experience right now. Are you serious about this? Look at this. 20. That's got to be wrong, right? That's got to be wrong. That's got to be a placeholder value or something like that. That cannot be a real value. 20 shared experience. Shared. This is shared. I'm sorry. I'm having a total crash out about this for some reason. All right, let's not do that. Okay. Anyway, point is, this should be 2,000 shared experience, or something along those lines. That should be the case. That should be, that is better in every single way. Because 20 shared experience is basically like slapping us in the face right here. Anyway, increased reputation for being impulsive. Party gains 100 shit. 100. Okay, so it wasn't a placeholder. It wasn't a placeholder. It was literally that was serious. Okay, that was actually serious. Okay, interesting. Okay, I'm not gonna say anything. All right, I'm gonna hold back a little bit here. I'm gonna hold back. I'm trying my best. Okay, so party gains 100 shared experience. If you could see my face right now, I'm shocked actually. I'm shocked a little bit about this. Okay, so yeah. Anyway, lose 200 troops and wait a minute. Pretend you saw nothing. 2 random troops get demoted. Okay, very interesting. That's cool. Okay. I'm actually going to say it right now. I feel like that's actually really, really cool. I've not seen, I don't think I've ever seen a mechanic that allows your troops to get demoted. So I think this is very interesting, a very cool thing to do. And this is something that dramatically impacts the game as a whole. Imagine 2 of your highest tier troops get demoted. That is awful. That's terrible. So you're going to do whatever you can to try and avoid that. So taking some other things definitely going to be the way to go. Okay, so yeah, I'm just going to be losing 200 gold. I mean, the money situation, obviously. Yeah, this is absolutely fine. I'm just going to buy them the best equipment that you can, and that's it. There you go. Increase reputation for being generous. I don't really mind about that at all, but generally, that's the way to go here, in my opinion, at least. Okay, so what I'm actually going to do is I'm going to see if we have any slings. Yeah, we do have some slings right here. So you can see here, this is throwing skill, of course. Throwing skill will be leveled up from this, and I am actually considering being a thrown weapon person, just because I actually really, really enjoy thrown weapons. So what do you say that we try it out? Shall we try out a sling? Yeah, I think we're going to try out a sling. I'm pretty sure it's going to be completely and utterly just bonkers useless, I think, probably. All intents and purposes, because every single time I have ever tried a sling in the past, I've always thought to myself, it's cool. Don't get me wrong. It's a cool idea, right? It's a cool idea, and the ability to use one is cool and fun, and a little bit unique. But when you actually get down to it and you actually try it out, it is probably one of the worst experiences that you can have, which I have to admit is very disappointing. Alright, so because we're actually going to be using throwing weapons, I felt like, hey, we should probably put a point in it, shouldn't we? Yeah, I didn't even realize that I didn't have any points in this. I literally only have 1, which is pretty awful. But yeah, well, that's how it goes. So, oh, well, this is This is a very funny. This is a very funny battlefield. I actually really like these kinds of battlefields. These are super enjoyable, especially for someone with a massive amount of archers, as you might expect. Just gonna put my guys to the side here, and there we have it. All right. So the enemy is probably not going to want to be aggressive towards us, so we may have to be the fools that go across the bridge. Or if they decide to come across the bridge first, then that is all power to them. So let's see how the sling is going to act. Of course, we've got to bear in mind, my throwing skill is absolutely terrible. Yeah, as you can see, it's cool. Don't get me wrong, it's cool. Look at this. It's cool, it's fun to use, but is it actually that good? That's the question. I don't know, I can't really hit anything right now with this. Ooh, wow, yeah, it's gonna be hard. It's gonna be hard to actually hit things with that. All right, well, anyway, my forces are probably gonna be completely fine here, as you can see, but I'm actually wanting to test out how they act when I'm dead. Look at what they're doing right now. They're very smart now. Oh, I gotta say, I feel like the rework to the AI has been absolutely wonderful. They've done a great job on that. At least from what I can see right here. Yeah, so right now I'm going to say it. I feel like there are some things about this patch that are extremely exciting. For example, you know, AI rework. If you don't like RBM, or you don't like the way that RBM changes how the game plays, then this is going to be great for you, you know. And obviously if you're playing on console, this is also going to be great for you, because then you no longer have to deal with the AI being weird about, you know, all their, you know, strange things that they tend to do when you die in battle, and then you're, you know, you're basically left with these absolutely incompetent fools to, you know, try to save the day, as it were. You know, so this is good in that sense. And then there are obviously some other things that we really are not that big fan of, you know. I mean, you know, me personally, of course, I don't know how you're feeling about it, but as far as I can tell from previous comments that I've read about how, you know, the random events do need to be more impactful. Yeah, we're hoping that they're actually going to do something about that, and they're obviously going to try to make them better across the board. And I'm talking just generally, they don't need to provide us with any significant benefit, as in we do not need them to be overall giving us an advantage, right? We don't need to have an advantage, you know, 100% of the time. What I'm talking about mostly here is making it so that whatever negative effect and whatever positive effect there is, it doesn't matter what it is big. It just needs to be a big one, right? It just needs to be a big one. So now I really want to use this Bardiche. I really badly want to use this Bardiche. Is this selfish of me to use this Bardiche? Because technically I should be giving it to Nevig, because he is indeed a two-handed weapon user, and he is so much better than I am at two-handed. But the Bardiche is my favorite weapon. Well, one of my favorite weapons. So I'm kind of in a situation now where I'm thinking to myself, oh dear, I'm now, you know what, I don't care, I'm gonna do it. Okay, I'm gonna use it because I think it's super fun. We're gonna buy a couple of horses here as well. My mercenary wages are actually doing a pretty nice job of actually you know, paying our expenses, which I have to admit is very nice. We are getting some more herding problems here, unfortunately, so it looks as though I will have to get rid of some more sumpter horses. There we go. Yep, there we are. All right. I should have just sold these, actually. Why do I... never mind. It doesn't matter. We're making good cash as it is, and we're going to head back into Azurai territory after I recruit a couple more people. Alright, so it's time for us to have a pretty staggeringly large battle here, and you can see that most of the enemies are going to be low level, but that doesn't really make any difference because quite a few of our people are low level now as well. So this is going to be interesting. So let's see, where are the enemy? Okay, they're all the way over there, and we have literally spawned onto probably one of the greatest advantages that we ever could have asked for. And indeed, look at the... I do think that they have increased the play area. Look, if I go into the aerial view, you could see the border over there, right? Along here. And then the border along over here. So theoretically, I could, as you see what I'm doing right now, I could put my archers right there, and the enemy would have such an insanely hard time getting over here. I'm going to literally play the most offensively I can right now, by the way, and we're also going to be going into a hold fire. We're going to be going a hold fire command right now. Usually I don't do a huge amount of, you know, kind of micromanagement when it comes to my archers. But when it's an important battle like this, I'm obviously going to do that. So we do need to be a little bit careful on it. Now, let's just see what happens. We are obviously going to see... Okay, these guys are coming closer. All right, that's absolutely fine. Let's go and make sure that they fire at will now. We want them to kill this guy as soon as he pops his head up. As you can see, there we go. He's dead. Now we can actually tell them to hold fire once again. We don't want them just firing off randomly at any point. We want them to be a little bit disciplined here. I'm not entirely sure if I'm a big fan of what we've done here. I don't know whether I really like my positioning, but I think it's too late to change now. Okay, let's fire at will. Yeah, this is... this might be bad. I'm gonna tell my infantry to move in front now. This might be bad. We might have placed ourselves in a bit of a troublesome spot. But maybe I can use my sling a little bit here, at the least. Oh. Yeah, this is one of those. Oh dear. Yes, this is one of those times, isn't it? Okay, I'm gonna use my bardiche, I guess, because that's fun. If I can actually hit with it. Can I kill that? Oh no, I wanted to kill the Lord. Oh, it would have been fun. Oh, never mind, never mind. Look at that, 13 skill points in two-handed. So fun. Yeah, unfortunate for me that I am probably not going to be able to do too much here. But, I mean, literally, at least I killed a noble unit. That's absolutely fantastic. My guys are actually doing a very good job right now. Very, very good job. Let's tell them to charge in. Even though charging is probably going to result in them actually dying. But we did end up killing one of the enemy lords, which is very nice. Nice. Kill the horse. And Nevik's gone down, that's okay. As long as he has gone down fighting, that is all we can ask of him. And otherwise we will probably just do it. Wow, okay, yeah, everything is just getting shredded. As you can see. Absolute shred. Yes, that is what we like. Shredded wheat. They are shredded wheat right now. Okay, wait a minute. Don't kill me just yet, please. I would like to try the sling a little bit more, if at all possible. Okay, now let's just see here. Oh, really? Really? Oh, okay, you know what? I'm gonna try it against my own person. 15 damage. Alright. 15 damage. Not sure if I'm too convinced about it. I mean, it is not supposed to be a weapon that does massive damage, as you can quite clearly tell by its low base value. And it does do blunt damage, that's the thing. It does blunt damage as well. Okay, so, yeah, we're going to be letting these guys go once again. I want to try to get as much charm skill as possible, like I said before. We're going to do that again. And then we're going to be taking... Wow, we've got a load of prisoners. Do I even have Doctor's Oath? I don't think so, right? I don't think so. That's actually kind of crazy. All right, well, yeah, we're going to be taking every single one of them prisoner that we can here. I'm not going to take any of these guys. I might actually... consider taking the Imperials. Let's take the Imperials because they can potentially become Imperial Legionaries, which I would very much appreciate using. And we do have, ooh, very nice sword right there. Gonna be using that. And then, yeah, I mean, see now, this is the funny thing. In comparison to what we just had, I mean, literally, these slings, it's a, as I said to you before, it's a cool idea. But I don't know who is going to use these. Who is actually going to use these? Are they actually any good? You know, are they actually going to provide us with any kind of benefit whatsoever? I'm not sure if I can say yes to that question. Because from my perspective, even though we purchased this, I mean, look, it has 57 blunt damage, right? 57 blunt damage plus 9. Obviously, we have a very low throwing skill right now, but how do we level it when this thing is barely able to get a kill? That's the question, you see. It's a bit, as I say, a bit troublesome, you know? A bit troublesome. Not sure how we're supposed to get that working, but yeah. As you can see, we are actually not disorganized once again. Yeah, a bit strange. I wonder whether that's a bug, actually. Do you think it's a bug? Because it's a bit weird how we would not be... oh, we just made peace with these guys. Alright, that's pretty funny. But yeah, I think it might be a bug, because otherwise, why would we not have disorganized state after exiting a large battle like that? It feels like we should probably have, you know, something like that happening, but... Anyway, do we have anything else that I can buy here? Oh, harpoons. Yes, these are obviously fantastic. I will literally be buying both of these harpoons. And we're going to go all in on thrown weapons. That sounds pretty fun. Alright, we're going to sell everything else. There we go. That's it. Okay, getting another 3,000. Obviously, the greatest thing we're getting is the mercenary wage. But one thing we have to remember is that our mercenary wages are actually a little bit on the low side. We could potentially leave the Southern Empire and join someone else. And maybe get a better deal. Anyway, that's going to be it for this episode. I thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you next time.